My objective is to continue building an organization that is a voice that is regarded and respected in Hong Kong, representing one, if not the largest international business community in Hong Kong. My name is Iñaki. I'm originally from Spain. I've been in Hong Kong now 9 years. I am the chairman of the European Chamber of Commerce. We have 16 national chambers from different European countries, including Great Britain, Switzerland, Norway, but of course most of the European countries like France, Germany, Spain, Italy, and so on. And I think there are still space for growing a few more members over the next years. Our members have companies and professionals as members. In total, we represent around 2,400 companies here in Hong Kong. What are the main concerns of foreign businesses on Hong Kong as a city business environment? I think most of the organizations that are based in Hong Kong, they come here because the combination of a number of elements, right? Being so close to China, being a part of Asia, having, of course, the rule of law, and having good mix of really good talent around here. However, this last point is becoming a bigger and bigger challenge for everyone, because the difficulty to find and attract people to Hong Kong, not only because the language, but also because we have a bit of a problem of image abroad. I think that Hong Kong has lost a lot of points in terms of reputation when international talent is thinking about where they want to go and work. How worried are European businesses about Hong Kong enacting Article 23, and what can be done about it? To be honest, this is something that we have not really seen as a major concern across our members. The most important thing is that there is productivity and that we have a stable environment. And I think anything that helps us to really get that uncertainty out of the way is something that is always welcome. Are European businesses in Hong Kong changing their strategies? I don't think we are seeing companies indicating that they want to leave. What we have seen in the last years is that the shape of the organizations that they have here in Hong Kong has changed for a number of reasons. A lot of the foreign leadership and foreign workers left in the 2022 alone. In many cases, we have seen a shift from being a regional hub into a domestic office. I think that's one of the biggest trends that we have experienced in the last year. It's very difficult for our organizations to attract talent, especially from abroad. And we're starting to see a lot of professionals, foreign professionals, European professionals, struggling to find jobs here in Hong Kong, and also to stay in Hong Kong if they are already here, if they want to change jobs. And that's mostly because in the last year we have seen a very big shift towards jobs requiring more and more speaking Chinese or Cantonese or both. I think short term is really about making sure that we manage to get more diversity in terms of people coming to Hong Kong. In the last year, that most of the visa applications that have been approved come from people from mainland China. We need to have more diversity to go back to be who we used to be, which is a very vibrant and diverse city. So I think that's something that right now for me is the biggest concern. Is Hong Kong still an attractive city to do business in? I do think so, yeah, definitely. I think Hong Kong is definitely still very interesting, especially if you come here with the ambition to do more and to cover more. I think Hong Kong offers the possibility to do business across the border with China, the GBA. Of course, Hong Kong alone is already quite an interesting market, but I think it is a fantastic opportunity to start understanding a lot better Asia and this part of the world. Should European businesses come to Hong Kong and not to other Asian hubs like Singapore? Personally, I believe that Hong Kong is not comparable to Singapore in terms of living standards and lifestyle. I think Hong Kong has amazing nature, has the possibility of, being by the beach and then go to the city pretty much in the same day, and then hike on the mountain in the evening. So there are not many places in the world where you can do something like that. I think that Singapore has been the winner of the whole crisis around COVID in this part of the world. And obviously is in a very different position now. I definitely believe that Hong Kong has a lot more to offer, and I think with time it will be seen that Hong Kong will be back to a position where people will really not have to think too hard about Hong Kong or Singapore. Name 3 ways your chamber promotes European businesses in Hong Kong. The first one is we do events of our own. So very recently we just did the Green Way, which is around sustainability and environmental technologies. We try to bring organizations from Europe and our members to share with the Hong Kong ecosystem, what are the best practices and how they could actually help each other. The second one is we do quite a lot of work of advocacy through our councils. So we have a number of councils, like the Automotive Council, the recently formed Digital Council, that tries to put forward points of view that then we share with the government. The last one is we actually help our national chamber members to promote their specific events that they organize. We act a little bit of a loudspeaker in all the different medias for them. If Hong Kong is not supporting what everybody else is doing, we are not going to have the impact that we want to have in the planet. For Hong Kong to remain competitive in the environment, I think one of the things that we all need to understand is that it's not only about finding excuses, but it's also about taking actions. What I mean is that, everywhere in the world, starting with Europe, at the beginning to introduce behavioral changes was not easy. So forcing people to separate trash, for example, is something that it was not easy at the very beginning, but it's through education and eventually through a bit of a carrot and a bit of a stick that people start adopting new behaviors. Hong Kong has to accelerate. So we cannot wait the 30 years that countries like Scandinavia have been already doing a lot of the things that Hong Kong is starting to do today. Hong Kong, being a very developed and sophisticated city, has almost like an opportunity, but also almost like an obligation to demonstrate to the rest of the world, what can be done and how it can be done when there are almost like unlimited resources like Hong Kong has. I like swimming, running, hiking, mostly spending time with my friends and family. One habit, climbing mountains. I didn't really do much hikes into the mountains before moving to Hong Kong. I think everybody should, for sure, go to Sai Kung if you have a chance to discover the natural side of Hong Kong. Trying dim sum for sure, and then I think crossing the harbor with the Star Ferry. I would probably be a consultant, which is what I do most of my time. Helping others to resolve complex problems. Phenomenal. I think it's one of those phenomenal places in the world. There are no places like Hong Kong. Combination of nature, city, landscape, the friendliness of the people. There's nothing like this. It's the best place in the world.